Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue, and I am back for another All-American review. Yes, All-American is back, y'all, and it's good. All right. So the episode starts off where the last one left off, which was with Tupac, aka Tyrone, pulling up on Coop in the corner store when she was getting her snacks before she was going to see her old lady. They out on the street, and Tyrone looking like he had to do something to Coop. But Preach come rolling up right behind her with the gun like, Tyrone, what's up? You know I've been looking for you because you know Tyrone shot Preach up. But you know he lived to fight another day. Preach wants to kill Tyrone, but Tyrone says that Coop would be dead before Tyrone's body even got cold. All right? So then there's an agreement that happens between Tyrone and Preach that as long as Coop is safe, then Tyrone is safe. Spencer has quit football, okay? He feels like football was really just a way for him to connect to his dad, and now that his dad is gone, he's trying to find himself, and he felt the need to separate himself from football. I think he's gonna get back into football, but Spence is really smart, so if he makes it off of his mental, all the better. But he's working hard down at that restaurant, taking extra shifts. He's walking dogs for $50 a dog now, okay? But he's doing a lot right now, trying to save money for college since he knows that he's not going to be able to get in through a football scholarship. His little brother Dylan is having a really hard time with Spencer being so busy right after the death of their dad. So he's doing well in school too. He's a math lead or something like that, but it happened because he's been going to like a camp on the weekends where he has a big brother. And when Spence finds this out from Grace, he's feeling some type of way because he wants to be there for his little brother, and his little brother is like acting out, has an attitude with Spence. It's just a lot going on right now. And Spence is just doing the best he can, but I really wanted somebody to say to Dylan, hey, he is your brother. He's not your parent. He still has to go and live a life and create a life for himself. And you're a kid, and I know you don't understand that. But one day you're going to look back and realize how terrible you being to your brother, who not only acts as a parent to you, but has to find a way to make a better life for himself at an age when he should still be trying to have fun and be a teenager. Like, Spence has way too much responsibility, and the fact that they feel like it's okay for his brother to put this type of like stress on him, oh, you're not there enough, and it's just kind of like, dude, Spence is doing the best that he can right now, and it's never enough. And for Dylan to be the person acting like that with him, I get it, because he's a kid, but at the same time, it's like somebody need to whoop his ass and tell him to chill out, okay? Because it don't revolve around you, Dylan. Okay, put some of this pressure on your mom. So over at Billy's house, he has the twins to himself, and he's trying to create new memories. So he wants to go to the movies and go to dinner after and just spend some time with the twins. But Olivia has plans with Asher. They're a thing, okay? Jordan is tired of being the third wheel with them. He already promised that he would go and help JJ mentor kids at the church. I said JJ's a mentor at the church? Oh, Lord. Just like Billy said, poor children, poor children. Y'all know JJ's the type of guy that smashes beer cans against his head. You want him looking after your kids? So Coop is chilling down at the cafe, and this guy comes in trying to sell tickets to Bella Noche, which is the reopening of a skating rink that they had, and they're going to have some like big performers there. And Coop is like, man, you need to get me to perform at Bella Noche or whatever. She wants to perform. The promoter says, okay, I might be able to fit you in, but the only way I'll be able to fit you in is if you help me sell some of these tickets. You sell these tickets for $100 a pop, bring me the money by noon tomorrow or something like that, and I'll get you in. I'll get you a spot on the roster to perform. Coop's like, great, I can do that, no problem. So of course she's going to enlist the help of everybody, including Spencer and his ex-girlfriend Gabby, who he seems to be rekindling something with, okay? But everybody's going to help sell these $100 a pop tickets. Meanwhile, Tyrone is lurking. I said, you didn't find it weird that Tyrone was standing there staring at you? Why you ain't say nothing to him? Like, she just kind of sees Tyrone get scared and goes about her day. I'd have been like, fool, is you following me? Like, say something. So then we pop over to Layla. Y'all know Layla is still in rehab, and she's in the middle of a peer group session where they have basically therapy, but without a therapist. Just, you know, kids and people who are in the rehab talking to one another about whatever that they're going through. And Layla is expressing how everybody who she loves leaves her. So she's starting to feel like nobody will love her enough to stick around. Her mom dies, and it's a possibility that her mom killed herself. So you voluntarily left me. Then the dad left, and she feels like her dad is just there out of guilt, that he isn't there out of love now that she's going through all of this. And it's just a lot right now. She's going through it, but she's getting the help. And she's gotten closer with one of the girls who is heading the little peer group session. Okay, this girl seems like she's got it together, right? And she and Layla talk about a pool, about everything. They've been supporting each other. And so one late night, Layla gets up because she hears all this commotion going on downstairs. And it's the same girl who led the peer group, who she's gotten cool with, you know, looking like she's about to cut herself with a broken bottle. And they have the doctors and the nurses and all of that trying to get the bottle out of her hand and back in her room. And she's like, I'm sorry, Layla. Like, she let everybody down because the pressure got to her. She was supposed to be going home. And Layla herself is having a hard time with going home. Layla is allowed to leave and visit her friends and family, but instead she decides to stay at the rehab. So there's this fear that, oh, I'm doing fine while I'm in rehab, but as soon as I leave, everything's gonna fall apart. So even when Olivia comes to visit her, you know, Olivia's like, what's going on? Why aren't you coming back home? And she was like, oh, it's just easier, but really, you know, it's hard for her. And Olivia is also keeping from Layla that she and Asher are a thing now, which I don't know why she thinks that Layla would be bothered by it. Y'all have kind of been a thing. I know y'all didn't think y'all was a thing, but I think us and Layla knew y'all was a thing. So Spence and Coop are at the park talking about Dylan. And Coop is like, when the last time Dylan got his ass whooped? I said, good question. That's the same way I felt. I was like, oh, he getting out of pocket talking about Spence can go and stay in Beverly Hills and he don't never have to come back home as far as he's concerned. I said, really, Dylan? Damn. Coop tells him about Bella Noche and the $40, $100 tickets that she has to sell, and also how Tyrone has been following her around the hood. So Spence enlists the twins to help, and Billy overhears that they're reopening Bella Noche, which used to be his spot back in about 91, 92, 93, based off of the description of his hair and clothes that he was wearing when he was out there skating. I was like, Gumby, 92, 93? Yeah, okay. Now, Preach runs into Coop while she's trying to sell the tickets. Preach tells her that she can't be getting involved with people that she don't know all willy-nilly. But she's too mad about the fact that Preach wants to handle Tyrone the street way. Tyrone got out of jail because Preach wouldn't testify against Tyrone in court. That's not the way he wanted to handle things. So now Coop is upset with him because of it. So she's not even hearing him out when he's trying to warn her that some promoter rolling up on you, you know, asking you to sell tickets for him, telling you you're going to be able to perform without no contract may not be the smartest thing for you to do. But Preach says, all right, go on ahead and do what you're going to do then. So all the kids are over at Spencer's house, and Olivia tells Jordan that she's worried about Layla. And, you know, really you worried about telling Layla about you and Asher. But she's in rehab. Like, obviously you're worried about her. She's in rehab. Dylan is still being a little asshole with Spencer, but acting like everything is okay when Asher comes through the door. So Spence and Asher kind of talk, and they have a lot in common at this point. Like, neither one of them are the rich kids at Beverly, okay? But either way, they talk about Dylan and how difficult that's been for Spence, and also how hard it's been for him not playing football. But it's Asher's time to run the team, and Asher's very gracious. He says that if Spence ever wants to come back, his captain's jersey is waiting on him. I'm like, I love the fact that y'all are friends now. I'm here for this. So then there's the political conversation about how they're gentrifying the neighborhood. And one of the old spots that Spence and his little brother would like to go to has now been turned into a froyo. So they go to get some froyo, and Spencer offers to pay for everybody since everybody is helping his friend Coop with the tickets. Dylan gets upset about this because Dylan is like, how you got money to spend on everybody, but you know, supposed to be so busy trying to make money for college. It's like, Dylan, this little $10 is not the same thing as the $10,000 like I gotta add for school. But either way, Dylan is kind of having a temper tantrum, and Spencer's like, look, bro, I done had enough. Get yourself together, okay? And he tries to walk out, but Spencer grabs his arm and he drops the froyo, and Spencer goes to clean it up, and the lady is like, oh no, don't worry about it, because the little white lady that owns the place has been watching them the entire time, even though it's Jordan, Olivia, Asher, Spencer, and Dylan. Like, it's a bunch of kids here, and Gabby, little cute Gabby, okay? And for some reason, she felt like they were a gang. You mean the kids that look like they're from Valley High? They look like they're in a gang to you? The what, 8 or 9, 10-year-old that's right here? Like, I can't stand people. Like, I really can't stand people sometimes, okay? But either way, he's trying to clean it up, and she's like, you know what? I just think that y'all should leave. And this is when everybody realizes what's going on, that they are being racially profiled, okay? And Lil Dylan had went back over there to get his froyo, so he gives the lady the money. He like, take the money, because it's the last money you'll ever get from us. So they walk out the store. I don't know why they decided to sit outside the store so he can eat the froyo. Like, I don't know why. I wouldn't have wanted to stay in front of that business. I would have walked off. But they sat there and ate the ice cream. As soon as they're getting ready to get up and walk away, the police show up. Black cop and a white cop. Why is it always? Like, why? Why do we need this? The cop wanted to get ID from Spencer, okay? And, he kind of pushed his little brother behind him at some point. And even Asher tried to get involved, and the cop is like, this doesn't have anything to do with you, son. And I'm like, it's just so infuriating, because it's exactly how they be. These kids are walking together. If Asher was black, would you have said the same thing to him? It has nothing to do with you, son. They're together. It absolutely has something to do with him. Are you crazy? Olivia is taken aback. Like, everybody is astonished that this is happening. But Olivia had started to text her dad as soon as all of this started to happen. So when they kept trying to walk away, the cops were like, no, you can't go anywhere until you give us ID. Are you in a gang? Are you in a gang? And it's like, are they in a gang? Really? This looks like a gang? I'm sorry, y'all, but gangs have a look. Okay, and usually they aren't mixed. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, word? This is crazy to me. So crazy. But Gabby jumped in because Gabby knows her rights. Gabby says you don't have to tell them anything, okay? But they don't want to let them leave. So they sitting on a curb. The police are all outside, and the little lady who owns the shop comes outside. And Olivia is like, this is all your fault. You can stop this. And she just goes back in her store. And Olivia is like, unfucking believable, bruh. But then Billy runs up. And Billy knows the black cop. Billy was like, oh, wow. Really? 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 Yeah, these are my kids, bruh. And my daughter has been letting me know what's going on this entire time. So either you let these kids go, or I will sue you and your whole department, and your ass will never have a job with the city ever again, okay? We can play that game if you want to. I'll call my wife right now. Sue the shit out of all of y'all. They let him go. But really, it was the way Billy was looking at the black dude who he went to high school with, like, word. I forgot to tell y'all, at some point, Dylan had like ran up and the cop almost pulled his gun on a 10-year-old. Like, the 10-year-old was going to kill you with his froyo in his hand. I cannot. So when they get back to Spencer's house, Spencer doesn't want to go to support Coop now. He's kind of not in the mood to party. But Billy and Grace convince him that he needs to go and have a good time and reclaim his life, and don't let that mean, hateful, racist-ass white lady that just moved into these black people's neighborhoods so she can call the police on them when they try to patron her business. How the hell does that make sense? Oh my God, don't let that ruin you. Go out and have a good time. So everybody goes out to support Coop at the Bella Noche. Everybody's skating and having a good time. When Coop gets there, she's not on the list to get in. The promoter walks right past her and acts as if he doesn't even know her. So Coop got took. She spent her whole day selling all of them tickets for him to not even let her in. Like, wow. Jordan and Billy were inside the skating rink, and Jordan is trying to leave because he's hating on Olivia and Asher's relationship. he is the third wheel, and telling Billy stop trying to force memories. It's like, how can you tell somebody they forcing a memory? Memories happen automatically. They happen automatically. But either way, Billy starts doing the robot, which convinces Jordan to just go out there and skate with his dad and have a good time and stop being a little brat. Spencer and Gabby walk home together after they find out that Coop isn't performing. And he thanks her for having his back out there with the cops. And they just kind of have a conversation, reminiscing on how things used to be when they first got together and all of that. And something tells me they were each other's first. Because the way, they was just like, you want to come inside, let's go inside and have sex like we not teenagers. Like, I'm just saying, I wasn't free willy having sex like that when I was a teenager. I was too scared that Jerome would come home and shoot my little boyfriend. But either way, I'm just saying it would happen. My daddy was like primed and ready to shoot people at all times. And licensed. But they went inside for a little hanky-panky. The next morning, Spence checks in with Gabby to make sure she has no regrets about the night before, and she does not. Then he sits down for breakfast with Grace and Dylan, and he tells Dylan that he got a little weekend job on Sundays at his camp so that he will be a part of the Big Brother program and he can spend time and be there for Dylan. So that makes Dylan happy and, less ornery. Olivia tells Billy that she's decided to do a podcast and talk about truths, injustices, or whatever else that she's feeling strongly and passionate about. And she started off with Crenshaw Kathy. That's what they're calling the lady who owns the Froyo place, Crenshaw Kathy. Girl, like really in Crenshaw? Child, somebody to whoop her ass. Like, that's not your neighborhood, bitch. Like, how dare you? How dare you? So Layla decides to leave rehab. She realized that she had to do it for her and for her homegirl who was having a hard time leaving the rehab. She realized that was the struggle, So she's walking out the rehab and Spence and Olivia are there, much to her surprise. But she was like, let me guess, my dad couldn't make it. And they were like, no, he's actually pulling the car around. I'm like, y'all must not have been able to get him the tape for this episode, okay? That's what happened. But apparently he's there. And Olivia and Layla kind of have this conversation about Asher, in which, of course, Layla says, child, I already know, it's not a big deal. I'm happy for y'all. And they leave rehab smiling and happy and optimistic about the future. So Coop goes to try and retrieve her money from that promoter who laughs her off. So Preach runs up and confronts dude. She had asked Preach to help her, but Preach was like, nah, man, you wasn't trying to listen to me when I told you. But either way, once it came down to it, Preach was there. And the promoter tried to get all in Preach's face talking about you the one letting Tyrone walk around. You soft. Ain't nobody worrying about you. Preach said, y'all got me fucked up. Preach whipped his ass. I mean, beat the piss out of him. Then went through his pockets and took all of the money he had out of his pockets, which wasn't all of the money that he got from Coop. But Preach was like, I'm going to take this money and I'm going to keep this for my trouble, okay? Once he stopped beating up the promoter, Coop is standing there like, why you do that? I didn't need you to do all of that. I just wanted you to help me get the money back. I'm like, Coop, how the hell you think he was going to get you the money back? Okay? How else do you think he was going to help you get the money back? He had to lay paws on that boy. She says, you can't be doing that to people because you mad at Tyrone. And he like, I ain't mad at Tyrone. I'm mad at you. You got me out here looking soft. I'm always showing up to save your ass. But you know what? I'm done. I'm done saving your ass, Coop. After this, we finished. And he walks away. She crying and she turns around to walk away and she didn't see Tyrone standing in the doorway with a smirk on his face. Tyrone and this promoter look like they was in cahoots together, and Tyrone is trying to break the bond between Coop and Preach so that he can kill Coop without Preach killing him. That's what I see. That's what I see. And I hope that Preach don't let he and Coop's relationship go down like that. Like, I know you feel like it's more important for you to have all this street cred and everything. But ultimately, bruh, Coop is somebody that will be there for you for the rest of your damn life. Like, for real, for real. So I hope that they can fix this situation because I really love Preach and Coop. And when she was looking at him with that look on her face, I was like, but Preach, that's your girl. That's your friend, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tyrone works on my nerves. For real. works on my nerves. Why is he still alive type situation. But anyway, y'all, that's All American. Hope y'all enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see y'all in the next one.